about your growth patterns.
What? What kind of conversation did we just walk into?
Isaiah was short when he was younger, and he's trying to deny it now that he has height.
Oh, you came out the womb tall?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I was 6'2" when I came out the womb.
But why are you only 6'2" now?
I just shrank.
Oh my! Oh dang, Benjamin Button, baby, you look pretty.
Thank you.
You look great.
Thanks.
You look like an amazingly beautiful pregnant woman.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. What's up, Pro Pack? How you guys doing? How you doing, babe?
I'm doing I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. How you doing, Zed Kid?
No, you didn't. You said how are they doing? Then you have to say how you're doing.
Just
you
don't
didn't
ask
say
him
how
nothing
you're
no
doing.
more.
Okay.
Just don't ask him nothing
Okay.
no more.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Guys, obviously this week has been extremely off, you know.
Yeah, so
I think for everybody.
we haven't been posting this week because we are standing in silence against everything that's going on. So we decided that it's best that we stay away from social media unless it has to do with what we are standing for.
Yeah, it just doesn't, it just doesn't sit right, acting like everything's all good. And, we like to make you guys smile and laugh and things like that. But, sometimes there are bigger goals and, things that are just more important than challenges and things like that on YouTube or whatever. So today what we're going to do, you want to tell them?
Sure.
Okay.
Real quick, we'll be back on Monday with regular scheduled programming. But today we are going to be reacting to good and bad protest videos and also sharing some thoughts that we have personally and, things like that.
And we want you guys to use the comments section as a place of discussion. If you have things on your mind, things that you feel like you have to get off your chest, things you want to say, we definitely
use our platform to speak. Use it.
Yeah, you can discuss it there. We will, especially in this video, try and be more active in the comments, responding to people, because we all need support, we all need help, we all have a voice. So you ready to get into it, guys?
Ready?
All right,
Yes.
Let's go. All right, guys, so we have a few things that are on our mind that we want to discuss with you guys really quickly. We'll talk about that, and then we'll react to some of the best and worst moments of the protests.
Right.
And babe, did you had something you wanted to say?
Oh, I just, being a Latina woman, we have our own challenges and things that we have to face when it comes to discrimination. And younger me didn't really know what it was to, be in that type of that light, when it came to the African American culture. I always stood by my friends. I was raised with black people. Like, I was there, but it didn't sink in until I had a mixed child. And now the fear in my heart for not only them, but for the community, it's just so real to me now. And sorry. And it really it scares me for my kids, for you to leave the house. It scares me for myself with my children to leave the house, because you see these crazy videos and in your mind you're like, that could never happen to me. But I mean, in most people's mind, right? In my mind, the way my mind works, I think anything can happen to me. You know what I'm saying? I think the worst things can happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking down the street with Natalie a couple of days ago, with Harmony. We're just walking to the park or whatever, and we're trying to get some sun or whatever because we've been stuck in the house. And all I can think of, like, we need to get out of this road, we need to get on the sidewalk, there's no sidewalk, whatever, because I feel like just because someone's having a bad day, I'm gonna get hit by a car, or Natalie's gonna get hit by a car, or worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone's just gonna be like, someone with color, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, gone. And I'm just, that kind of fear hits us. And it was just really real, you know? And sometimes we need to step out of our own comfort zone to sympathize with, you know, people of different backgrounds and stuff like that in order to see their reality.
Amen. Having kids definitely puts things in perspective. I did the I don't know if you guys saw it, but on the Family Project a couple of days ago, I had posted a rap / poem on there for.
That had me so freaking emotional. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the little baby boy right here. Just some of the realities that a parent faces, knowing that you're gonna have a black kid in this culture, in this society. Actually, we'll run a clip of that real quick so you guys can see it for those who haven't. Where do I begin? I haven't given you your name yet. I need to show the bigger picture. I'm just so afraid to paint it. It's like, how do I tell him from birth he'll be hated? His eyes, once full of wonder, see fear, slowly replace it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you want to see the whole video, it's on the Family Project. We'll put a link in the description. You know, one of the things is, like, you know, as a black man myself, I have 100% have dealt with these issues. I mean, anytime you see a cop, your heart drops, regardless of whether or not you did anything wrong. I mean, it does not matter if you did anything wrong, your heart drops. You see a cop car. If a cop pulls you over, yeah, your heart drops. You immediately are thinking the worst case scenario. I've had situations where cops were there, guns were drawn on me from multiple police officers. And yeah, I leave without a ticket or anything because they can't charge me for anything because I hadn't done anything wrong. You know, it's just the extremely unfair, unjust, and unfortunate reality of black people, African American people in the world, and definitely in America. But the difference is like, for me, I can deal with it myself, you know, and if there's any parents out there watching this, I think you can relate to that. You can deal with things yourself, but it'll kill you knowing that your kid might have to go through those things. And that's kind of where that video with that poem that I wrote, what that was about. Because I can deal with potentially losing my life. I know it's unfair and I know it's unjust, but that's, you know, that's something that I know that I can burden, that I can shoulder to protect my family, to stand for what's right. But to know that my son will have to go through that is something that's just extremely, it's heart-wrenching, you know. And I don't want that to be his reality, but there's nothing that I can do about it. And I think the best thing that we can do, you know, besides the protesting and, you know, going out and showing that support is also just spreading awareness and letting your heart talk, you know, speaking through your heart. I think it's another way to get through to people. Speaking of, I know even Isaiah had wrote something that he had shared with us earlier about everything that's going on, and
he's not too big on sharing his feelings, okay? But this was for school, so. Go ahead.
And yeah, I think it'd be good to share that.
Yeah,
with them.
why not? It's short.
All right. Well, I just feel disgusted how colored people are being arrested or falsely being accused of something that didn't happen, and it's like how like our president disappeared, like when his country needed him the most. It was like that's.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that leadership.
Yeah, he went into the bunker, shut off the lights and all that. I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, and you guys have these discussions with your family, with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, and things like that. You know, because that's important to have the discussions in your communities, and everyone has a different reality. Everyone has a different experience, and you don't have to be black, You don't have to be ethnic. You could be white and still have certain experiences that matter. Just because you're not the one who's afraid for your life doesn't mean your voice doesn't matter. You know, it's not just a matter of black versus white. It's just racism versus love. You know, and it's that simple.
it.
So I think we should get into some of these videos because I've seen things that have disgusted me. I've seen things that have inspired me, and I know you felt the same way.
Definitely.
Right? So we're gonna go through what's right versus what's wrong with these protests and how we feel, and let's set up this camera. I want to start by addressing the whole Black Lives Matter thing because I'm assuming that, you know, a lot of you guys are open-minded and you understand, but some people don't understand, and it may not even be a matter of you're racist, but you just don't understand in general why Black Lives Matter and what that movement is about versus what it's not about. The same thing about kneeling during the NFL season, what it is about versus what it isn't about. What it is about is shedding light on police brutality. What it isn't about is disrespecting troops or disrespecting the flag.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
And that message was hijacked, and it then became, oh well, if you kneel, you don't respect the flag, or you don't respect troops. And it has nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that.
You know, so there's a video actually, and it's pretty funny that we saw that we're gonna play right now. That kind of shows just what Black Lives Matter is about. Okay, so let's watch that.
Hey, what are you doing? Oh, this house is on fire, so we're gonna go help them. We're gonna go put out the fire. Well, what about my house? What? What about my house? Doesn't it matter? Is your house on fire? No, but, like, it still matters. Nobody said that it didn't. It's just that this house is on fire and people's lives are at stake if we don't do something about it. Okay, all houses matter. What?
What?
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yes. All lives, all houses, I guess, matter. But that's, you know, like she said it right. Like, your house is not on fire right now.
Your lives are not at stake.
Right.
So essentially it boils down to that. Your lives are not at stake. So, you know, that kind of in a nutshell for me, for anyone who is confused about what the message means versus what it doesn't represent or mean, that does a good job of mixing a little bit of humor into the reality of the situation.
Now we're gonna get into some of the bad videos and protests, and then we'll end on a few good notes.
Mm-hmm. So show some of the positive signs and the things that inspire people.
Exactly. Here's like a little compilation, I guess.
First of all, why are you going to literally charge at people with your car?
With your car?
That doesn't make any sense. Like, these people are there with, I mean, they it's not like they have guns and things like that. You are 100%, you're safe in your car, and you want to run into people. Everyone, women and children go to these protests. They go and they want to peacefully march. And these things are what causes riots. Because if you see that, you're already
gonna get pissed.
When you're protesting, you're in a state of pain. Right? Even when you're peacefully protesting, there's pain there. So to see something like this, imagine you're on the street and you see something like that.
Or you go through something like that, you're in the middle of something like that, you're gonna attack.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
just utter violence. Like, why are you overly violent?
You're a grown man pushing a woman that is size of me into the street.
And this is just like, yo, why would you do that? Like, either get control of your horse and So explain, I don't know why police officers, it feels like they just have violence like
On their mind.
bred into them. And I don't know if that's something, look, he gets hit by a car. That's a police car and you know that he's there. People are getting pushed. People like, I don't know if this is something that they're trained or it's something that if you have violence in you, you want to be a police officer. And I'm sure there are tons of police officers who are peaceful.
Bro, she wasn't even doing it.
She wasn't even doing. She was literally
She wasn't
walking in the
doing
same direction. Her back turned. He pulled the freaking
And then they're shooting rubber bullets.
rubber bullets.
Yeah, this person assaults someone with their bike. Like,
Come on.
and you have 20 police officers in full gear, in bulletproof vests, in helmets, and you're pushing people to the floor, pushing people to the ground who are there just trying to spread a positive message.
I don't know where these cops come from, but it's just like it's too much.
The
it's
thing
too
is
much.
you see this more times
Than not.
You know, and like I said, I know that there are great police officers out there. The world needs great police officers who care, who really are there to serve and protect, to take care of the community, to uplift people. But this type of thing, you see this constantly. And it's like excessive force. It's excessive force. It's just like those videos where, you know, police officers are beating on somebody and they're telling them to stop resisting and they're on top of them beating them
Stop
down.
resisting when there's 3, 4, 5 of y'all freaking beating on one person.
Alright guys, this one is one of the worst videos and we're not going to show the very end of it, but the guy, he gets pushed down and we'll stop it there. It's an old man. He doesn't have any weapons.
He's in his 70s, has no weapons.
He's just an old man. He's by himself. There are, 50 cops in full gear, and one guy pushes him backwards. And it's like that type of force is not necessary.
It's just not.
So whether it be in training or just hate in your heart or whatever the case may be, it's just not necessary. If you watch the full video, you'll see that he gets extremely injured, and I don't know if he's okay. I don't know what.
I did read that he is in critical condition right now, and he's suffering from a head injury, but he is alive.
And it's like those type of things. You wonder why nobody trusts the police. Okay, because that isn't even a black man. That's just a man who's obviously standing on the side of Black Lives Matter, an old man by himself trying to talk, and he's now in critical condition.
Because of what?
And if these things continue to happen, how do you expect things to get better? Things won't get better. Things will only get worse because I feel people are tired of it. This has now become the biggest civil rights movement in history. All right, I saw that, and I don't know how true it is, but the things that I'm seeing in terms of all the countries, all 50 states have had protests. All countries, most countries are having protests. I mean, there are some. It's a huge civil rights movement because it's not just America. It's across the world that racism is alive and well, and it's affecting people all over the world. So I think we can get into some of the videos that have inspired us, and because for every bad video you see, you'll see videos that also inspire you. And this video here is literally a video. It's in New Zealand, and I mean, you just see the movement. You see how many people are there protesting peacefully. I mean, this isn't even America. And that's why I say this is now worldwide. And these are the things that happen that to me show that the world is good. A lot of times light is shown on the evil and the injustices, but videos like that it shows you that even though it's all the way in New Zealand, they hear and they see the injustices. And if they can see it there, then we definitely can see it here.
This video I love because, you know, it's, you know, black man has a shirt on that has like free hugs on it, and he's just, you know, hugging police, hugging whoever wants a hug. And yeah.
All right, so this one was great because you have a police officer actually there consoling a protester and listening, you know, and these are the things that police officers, you guys need to do, because everyone feels like their voice is not being heard, and you don't feel like your voice is being heard when you're getting shot in the face with rubber bullets.
It's like if you come with violence right off the bat, if you're gonna come with violence, you're gonna get violence back. But if you sit there and you take a kneel or you just and listen, it's that simple. It's that simple. That's all you have to do for today. You don't have to go home and be stressed. You know, you have to freaking do this job every day. It's a stressful job, I'm sure, you know, but that's all you had to do was just listen to someone talk to you that day.
Here's Amish people singing. So that's why I say it's not a matter of black versus white. It's a matter of justice versus injustice, racism versus love. All right, and this is a sheriff, I guess, of Flint.
Make sure that you got a voice. That's it. There we go. Don't think for a second that he represents who these cops are from all over the county and around this nation. We go out there to help people, not do that nonsense. There we go. I want to tell you, where's my man? Right there. Where's the gentleman?
Oh, I think he took off.
Okay, yeah, my man.
He took off.
Pastor Hawkins, I'm just going to tell you, we want to be with y'all for real. So I took my helmet off and laid the batons down. I want to make this a parade, not a protest. You got little ones here, you got dogs, so what's up? So listen, I was just telling you, these cops love you. That cop over there hugs people, so you tell us what you need to do.
He said that cop over there hugs people.
See, this is the type of stuff that we need. I mean, he recognizes that the people aren't the enemy. You know, those are things that inspire us to say, you know what, there's ways you do it and there's ways you don't do it. And that's a way that you do it. That's a way that you touch the community and you touch the hearts of hundreds of thousands. These videos have gone viral.
Exactly. They're both shed. The light is shed on both types of videos. Mm-hmm. You know, social media is so powerful now that someone's gonna see it. Someone's gonna see what you did that day if it has an impact, you know? So it's just like, what side are you gonna be on? That you know, inspiring people, listening to people, or, you know, pushing. Yeah, it's just unnecessary violence. So
I guess to wrap it up, guys, like, you know, a lot of people are hurting. If you're watching this, you may be hurting too, and you have to understand that that's okay. You know, it's what you do with that hurt and with that pain that matters. The good fight has just begun, but I'm really proud of I'm proud of you, babe. I'm proud of you, Isaiah. I'm proud of a lot of the people that are supporting the protests, that are involved. You see black, white, Hispanic, everything, right, babe? Like, you see all walks of life. You saw the whole New Zealand protest and march. I mean, it's beautiful. So guys, like we said multiple times already, you have a voice and you have the right to be heard. Comment below, let us know your thoughts. We're with you. We love you guys.
Love you guys so much.
Love you.
All right. I think we've talked a lot.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Yeah.